Okay, before we get into today's episode, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor for this month, Ad Marker. Ad Marker was created in 1974 as one of many in a long line of solvent-based markers used for advertising, fashion, and conceptual illustration. Uh, really popular back when I was in art school, all kinds of markers of this type. And today, Ad Marker is top of its art class and design. It's one of the few xylene markers still available in the market and has outperformed many of the competitors over the years. Their lay down ink capacity and special effects are really cool. It's no wonder why so many artists still choose ad markers over other markers. And they're a great sponsor. They sent us some marker sets to give away as part of our figure drawing events and our daily drawing challenge. So if you want to take part in either one of those, you can go to our events calendars to see when our figure drawing is, or you can go to our Facebook page and take part in the daily drawing challenge. And thanks again to Ad Markers. And if you want to check out all their merchandise, you can go to www.chartpackadmarker.com. Thanks again.
Welcome back, Inebri-arts. This is Andy, the Inebri-art podcast, and of course, we are here at the Craft Beer Cellar on Main Street in Plymouth for all your craft beer and wine needs. They have plenty of wine to choose from, and assorted snacks, and seltzer water, and kombucha, and all sorts of cool stuff now. And we are bringing back a former guest, but things have changed in his life. We brought him back when he was just a mere pizza chef, and now they let him cook like 2 or 3 different things. So, Mike Wisdom, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
And you have brought your sous chef with you, Ryan.
How's it going?
And you guys now work at the Tasty here in Plymouth on Main Street. And so, what happened to the pizza, man? I went with my kids, trying to be like all pimp and stuff, show off to the kids and be like, hey, is Mike working?
Is the chef here?
And no, I was like, is Mike working? And they're like, oh, he doesn't work here anymore.
He's been gone for months.
Kind of. Yeah, they were kind of like, he left a while ago. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I left in December. Yeah, just a good opportunity popped up at the Tasty, and I couldn't really.
Well, it's closer to home.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a good opportunity to cook the food that I wanted to cook. Using local ingredients and just seasonal ingredients. So I feel like it was the right step.
Yeah.
And then I brought in my friend Ryan, and it kind of just everything meshed together, and we're having fun with it.
Yeah, the Tasty's very unique in their menu changes all the time, right?
Yeah,
daily.
Yeah,
it depends on what we have, what's available as far as what we can prep, But we change it pretty much on a daily basis. There's a few staples that stay, such as these wings that you just devoured.
Those wings are pretty great.
The buffalo caramel wings.
Yeah, nori fries. We'd have a riot if we took those off.
Yeah, we always have noodles on the menu with like a different protein. Yeah. Maybe say pork belly or chicken but we try to switch it up as often as we can.
And is everything sourced locally or as much as possible?
As much as we can. We use a few farms. We use Plato's Harvest in Middleborough, and then Skinny Dip in Little Compton, and then we also use Hillside Mushrooms in Little Compton. So if you're a mushroom fan...
Did you just rat out your mushroom dealer? Is that...
yeah, I did. Not those kinds of mushrooms.
Oh, all right.
But if you're a mushroom fan, there's some of the best mushrooms around there.
So it's
a
amazing. Local mushroom place.
Yep, so he cultivates his own mushrooms. It's him and his dad. And they decided that they wanted to do it, and they took some mycology classes, and now they're doing it. So... But yeah, we try to incorporate a lot of local ingredients with global flavors, if you will. Like global inspirations.
Sure. Yeah.
Like when you guys came in, I think we had the red snapper ceviche.
Dude, that was dope.
So yeah,
that was dope, and like the pimpest I've ever felt in my life.
I'm just like, hey, here's some
and it was
food.
Such a waste.
Yeah, you guys came in at a good time, though.
I don't know if Ryan heard the entire story. So it was a friend of mine's birthday. Right. And her fiance is a gigging musician, so he's like every weekend he's off. So I'm like, well, let's go out for your birthday. And So she's sitting next to me. I don't think Fish was even there yet.
No, I think he had just shown
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
And like Mike waves to me. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And I'm like, "Hey."
You're like,
And I
"What
thought
are
that
you
was the end of
doing
it.
here?"
And he like comes out from behind the kitchen. He's like, "Hey, how you doing? Do you like snapper? Do you like fish? I'm gonna make you some ceviche. I'm getting you some ceviche."
He actually made it. I made Ryan make it.
Ryan was dope.
I'm the send out food people guy.
Hey, make this.
So he goes back in the kitchen, and then he walks out and takes credit. Like, he
Of
did
course.
it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah. And like puts it down, and he's like, "Oh, let me know how you like that. It's good to see you. Let's get it back on the podcast." I'm like, "Cool." And I turn to my friend. I'm like, "That would have worked, huh?" She's like, "If you were on a date, you so would have gotten laid." I'm like, "God damn it! I wasted on your birthday."
I saw you with a female. I thought it was worth a shot. Like I wasn't quite sure what the situation was.
I appreciate it,
Yeah,
but it was her birthday. I guess
Yeah.
whatever.
it's all good.
Son of a bitch.
Next time.
All
Next time, message me.
All right, I'll
And
be like,
we'll
"Hey
take
man,
care of it. Yeah.
now today it's time."
And then we're really busy, and I'm like, "Fuck you! I can't. Here's some
Like,
fries."
Yeah. Here's a wing. Go away.
Whole place is full. Yeah, we just stopped by there for those wings, and it was just really busy.
Yeah. It's. I feel like
They're
it's
on
always
weight.
busy there.
It is. Oh, yeah. For the most part, I mean,
It's a smallish, like way smaller than
Yeah.
Baldy's.
So I mean, Baldy's, I had like 120 seats. We have 40 seats there,
Yeah.
and it kind of makes it so you can dial everything in a little bit more. It's a small kitchen anyway,
Yeah.
and me and him work well together. We worked together before, so it's kind of. Like
Did you work at Baldy's too, Ryan?
No, actually, we worked together a few years back at Mirabeau Inn and Spa
Mm-hmm.
at Exit 3 in the Pine Hills. That's where we first met, and we've worked in some projects off and on since. And then when the opportunity came up here, I couldn't say no.
So how did you get into working in kitchens? Is that just something you always did?
I'd say my story is pretty common for a lot of chefs. I got a job dishwashing when I was maybe 15. My buddy's a dishwasher, broke his arm. They needed somebody to cover. And,
You broke your arm, Mike?
No, not this time. Not this time.
All right.
knock on wood.
I am accident prone though.
Not today.
Yeah.
And just kind of all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Thought the cooks were badass,
Downhill.
and I wanted to be a cook. So here I am.
So it definitely takes a unique type of
It's a
person
good
to
word.
work in
That's
the
a good
kitchen.
word,
I was going to
yeah.
say different, but I feel like unique is
Special.
Yeah, a little special. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, it's like I don't know. You get a lot of young kids and like I want to be a chef, and it's like, well, you probably watch the Food Network, and then you think you want to be a chef, but
when I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef because I
Yeah.
watched like the Frugal Gourmet and
yeah,
Cajun
Julia
Chef.
Child, like
Yeah.
Emerald, like
Yeah.
I love that stuff growing
Well,
up.
Emerald was like way
Yeah,
like
yeah. I was a big Emerald fan, but yeah,
yeah, and it's just not like a perfect example. My daughter is going into a trade high school.
which one?
She's from Bridgewater. Says Bristol, Plymouth.
Yeah, that's where I went actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So she's just about to start her freshman year. So she's picked. I guess you pick like a certain number of
like
labs
3?
or
Yeah.
whatever shops,
and
or
you
whatever.
test them out. Yeah,
Yeah. So she's went very heavy with graphic design and design courses, but she also has culinary in there.
Okay.
And it's like, I want her to do whatever she wants. But the dad part of me is like, don't work in a kitchen. Have a life.
No, yeah, it's
You know?
you make a lot of sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
I mean, if
it's
it's something
the-
that she wants to do, then yeah,
100%. If it makes her happy. But it's
Yeah.
just like I know people like you. And it's like, I don't mean it like that, but
No, yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't have weekends off. I
Yeah,
don't have
you guys
holidays
don't have
off,
weekends
you know,
off.
like,
You never have a Friday night that you can go out.
Mondays and Tuesdays are great though.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
If she's listening, don't do it unless you're
Yeah.
really insane
Yeah.
about
Don't
it.
do it. Don't do it.
She doesn't listen. Her brother does.
my dad didn't want me to cook either, and I kind of was like, whatever, Dad. I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna be better than you.
Yeah.
So I did that. Yeah.
It definitely took my parents a while to understand why I'm so into it and why I'm passionate about it, but they support it now. So
And it's one of those things. It's a career that you have to be passionate about.
Absolutely,
yeah.
yeah.
And if you're not having fun, then it really sucks, honestly. And so the passion kind of goes with the fun, and you can work at places and you can make food, but it all comes back to if you're enjoying it. If you're
Do you guys think you could survive in like a corporate kitchen where you like microwave, like you boil
No.
pasta and microwave
Nope.
meat?
Nope.
No?
No.
think of
no.
a million jobs I'd rather do that.
I don't think I could do that. It just I don't know. Honestly, I enjoy changing this stuff every day. It's kind of
It's a challenge, but it's a good
Yeah.
kind of challenge.
Do you ever get to those days where? So how does that even work? Do they kind of give you heads up being like, "Hey, we're gonna have snapper next Wednesday"?
yeah, we kind of tag team the ordering. So I mean, Mike, the owner, will order some things. I'll order some things, and we'll kind of collaborate as far as what we have for ingredients, and then we'll just like build a menu off of there.
Yeah.
Sometimes like Friday night I'll go home, I'll smoke a joint and write a menu, and then you have the menu.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really work if we didn't have such a small group cooking because we can all communicate every day.
Yeah.
It's just the three of us.
Right. Oh, there's only 3 people in that kitchen?
It's us and Mario, who is the best dishwasher in all of Plymouth.
So who the hell's over there now?
Mike and it's Mike and his wife Nina.
Yeah.
They do noodle nights on Tuesdays. So Mondays we're
So
closed.
is that all you can get?
So it's like an Asian inspired menu. So they'll do different noodles. They'll do like bibimbap, which is a rice dish.
It's so good.
They'll
Dumplings.
do
Yeah.
bulgogi, all kinds of just Asian influenced flavors and dishes. But then Wednesdays we do taco nights on Wednesday nights. So we make our own tortillas.
Mike Wisdom's the sexiest guy I've ever met.
yes, this is true.
God damn. Tacos and bibimbap.
Bibimbap. So, the tacos, we get fresh masa from Bramhall's Country Store.
Yep.
Kim at the grist mill makes it for us. So every Wednesday we do tacos. Last Wednesday, I want to say I made about 65 tortillas, and we ran out by 8-ish. But
Now, do you guys run out a lot of stuff?
it really depends on what it is and what night.
Yeah.
We ran out of tuna on Saturday night, and we had...
Star-kissed or chicken of the sea?
I usually go chicken of the sea. We'll take it right out of the can and just sear it, but god damn.
Falls apart a lot.
It depends on what it is, or with a small menu it's tough because sometimes you can sell 5 duck breasts in an hour, and then if that's what you had, then you're out.
Right.
When other nights you'll sell 1 in a night and everybody just wants wings and noodles.
Yeah.
So it's a weird dynamic.
Part of it is just trying to serve the freshest stuff we can. So if we prep too much, we
Yeah.
don't sell it. It's not going to be fresh. So
Right.
people understand that, and most of our customers are pretty appreciative.
I feel like when you go to places like Tasty,
Yeah.
you understand
Exactly.
they're going to sell out of stuff.
Exactly.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you almost expect it,
I mean, we had a table Saturday, for a perfect example. We ran out of something that they had wanted, maybe 1 or 2 things, and in the middle of that, they ordered something else, but we sent them out a little appetizer just as like a, hey, sorry about that.
Sorry for the-
Enjoy
What, are you
this.
just sending out ceviche to everybody?
No,
You
no,
son
I'm
of a
not that
bitch.
kind of girl. I'm not. Come on. It was a scallop.
Thought we had something special.
It was a seared scallop. It wasn't ceviche this time. But it's just. I mean, it says it on the menu too. Like due to our nature of cooking, offerings could be limited.
Yeah.
So I mean, that kind of covers our ass a little bit too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like we sold a lot of tacos on Wednesday. We did a taco pop up at Second Wind.
Second Wind,
Brewery.
I saw that.
Those guys are awesome.
We sold
I
like
was so-
120 tacos.
I was so pissed because I had something else.
Come
we were
on,
doing
man.
something else that
Yeah.
night. And I can't remember what it was, but you messaged me, you're like, Wisdom's doing taco pop-up. I'm like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I saw that.
It was good. It was a good time. Hopefully in the future we can do something else with them. We did their first beer dinner with them.
Yeah.
That was a really good time.
They're killing it, man.
Dude,
really good
everything
guys,
they
too.
have
Good
is
beer.
just so good.
Everything they have is good. They're
They're good guys. Like, it's just...
Whoa, slow down. They're okay.
They're okay.
But like everything they have is great. They're in every bar in Plymouth.
Yeah,
Like every
yeah.
bar you go to in Plymouth.
I mean,
Second
you're
Wind's on
stupid
tap.
to not have them right
Yeah.
now. It's... I mean, I think he had something like 8 beers, and then this past weekend he's like, I have like 3 beers.
Yeah, when I
have
stopped
nothing.
in, I can't remember what night it was, but I stopped in, and I'm like, "What do you got?" They're like, "We have 4 beers."
Yeah.
And I'm
But
like,
they're all going to
4?
be good, yeah.
I'll take one of each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
I'll take a flight.
yeah. See, I'm not an IPA drinker, so like,
Yeah.
I feel like they do a good number of IPAs, which I feel like every beer company has to.
I'll drink whatever's in front
So
of me.
you have to go in and ask Kenny for a flight of all the same beers.
Yes.
He loves it.
Yep.
Does he?
He's a big fan of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know he listens to the podcast, right?
I really hope he does. Yeah. I hope he does.
I actually walked in there the other day. It's like, "Hey, I heard your voice," and I'm like, "I haven't said anything yet." And he's like, "No, I was listening to the podcast earlier." I'm like, "Oh, all right, that makes sense."
You're like, this is all right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Amsterdam,
Really?
and downloaded us while he was there. So I'm looking at like our stats, and I'm like, "Dude, we got downloaded to Amsterdam."
Yeah. You think you're a badass,
Kenny.
and you're like, oh,
And
it's
you're like,
Kenny.
"Thanks,
All
man."
right. I appreciate it, but
Yeah.
I thought we were
I thought we were a little
expanding our
cooler.
horizons.
So what's on the horizon for Tasty? Like,
So actually, we're competing in the Hometown
Oh, the
Throwdown.
Hometown Throwdown,
Yeah.
that's right.
So the Mayflower Hometown Throwdown. It's the 3rd annual. So I was actually
when's
in
the
it
date of that?
Sunday, September 16th. which I know last year was the same day as like a beer festival or something. Because I did it last year and I lost in the first round terribly.
I feel that's funny because I feel like you told us last year you were going to win.
Shut up! You told me to say
Sounds
that.
like
I feel like,
but
here's my thing. We can pull up the audio from last year.
You need to put that out there though, because if you think that way, then you're going to win,
right?
Or you could win. But if you go in going, I don't know what's going to happen, blah blah blah.
Well, who competed last year?
So it was 8 of us. It was me, Tyler from Malabar, Steve Coe.
Tyler's in it again this year.
Yep.
Yep.
So is Steve. Dan Delancey from the Lobster Trap's in it again. And then there was Jess Childers.
Childers was in it last
John
year.
Ricardo.
We just interviewed her, too.
Yep. John won for the second year in a row. And now
he's from Solstice?
Solstice?
Yeah.
And then...
and someone from a food truck's in it this year, right?
that's Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he has the SWAT food truck. But yeah,
Which I saw rolling down Main Street the other day. That's kind of a badass truck.
Yeah, it's a cool truck.
It's got like spikes on the tires
exactly,
and shit. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, he does a good job with that shit. It's I think it's only 4 of the same competitors. So like me, Tyler, Steve, and Dan.
They didn't ask me again this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's how I feel when the Celtics don't call me.
I can make some really good
schedule.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That might be a secret ingredient. You never know.
Oh, so you guys don't even know what the secret ingredient is?
So
how does this work?
They give us a pantry. Have you ever seen Chopped?
Yeah.
So it's 3 rounds. You make whatever. It's not like appetizer, dinner, or dessert. You make whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And it's 3 rounds. They have a pantry set up. So John Ricardo and Plato's Harvest, Dave from Plato's Harvest.
Is that Farmer Dave?
Yeah,
I keep hearing about
Farmer Dave, dude.
I keep hearing about this guy.
He's the
we
man.
got to get him on the
He's a bit of a
podcast.
legend.
So they're kind of tag teaming the pantry for the throwdown as far as what's going to be there for us to cook with. And then I believe in the last 2 rounds they give you like a secret ingredient. Mm-hmm. So the last round I remember Brent was actually at the Tasty last year. He made it to the finals, and they gave him chicken feet.
Chicken feet?
So chicken feet are fine, but they take a while to cook to make it even worth trying to eat.
Right.
And within a half hour, they did a pretty good job with it.
And that's the thing is, it's not even what they give you; it's the amount of time you have.
Yeah, and it goes by really quick, and everybody's kind of drinking, so you lose a little bit of
Wait,
track of
what?
time.
People drink while they cook?
And I think you have to incorporate beers into each round too, which is kind of cool.
Of course, makes sense.
Yeah.
And I believe Jordan and Jake Hill are MCing the event.
They're MC. Yeah. So last year was just Jake. This year it's Jordan and Jake. And that's going to be very interesting.
Jordan of the Bar Talk podcast.
Jordan of the Bar Talk podcast.
So you're going to hear yada, yada, yada about 50 times.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Anytime he says yada, 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 get his, be in his line of sight and put your hand up.
I'm going to have a Sharpie and just tally it every time.
That's just what we do. Anytime he says it on the podcast, everyone raises their hand. So just make sure all the chefs know.
Yeah.
That if he
spread
says
the word.
if he says yada yada yada, everyone has to put their hand up.
I like it.
Especially if you can get out in the crowd and be like, when he says yada yada yada.
Oh, I have friends coming. My parents are coming. They'll do
everybody.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Great. Yeah.
We get everybody. To do it.
I just want to see him go yada 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 in the crowd.
The whole
It would be amazing.
That has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the throwdown's going to be a good time. Last year it was actually to raise money
for the Mayflower, right?
Yeah. So this year it's for it's Plymouth Sunrise Rotary and Mayflower.
I'm calling him out, Ryan. He's got notes. Who is
come
this
on,
guy?
Dude. I'm trying to be organized. That's fucked up.
Whoa, man.
I smoke weed. I have a bad memory. Anyway, this is a lot of words. So
all right, man, go ahead. No, read from your phone.
It's to benefit the South Shore Community Action Council's Food Resources Program.
There's no way I'd remember that. I barely remember Ryan's name.
So essentially, it's like a storage and distribution program of emergency food relief for the South Shore.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's cool to always be involved with things like that. Anything that we can try to give back,
Yeah.
And so it's on a Sunday. We're actually going to be closed that day, and then everybody from the Tasty will just come over and,
the whole town will be over the brewery.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I believe there's a Patriots game that day, and there's some talk of a Patriots party after the throwdown.
So I think it's a little earlier, and then the Patriots will be playing on the big screen in the brewery, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Don't quote me on that. Yeah. Don't tell Jeff.
Okay,
but
I won't tell Jeff.
I'm inviting everybody.
Yeah, sweet. Everyone's heard it now. Patriots party, Mayflower Brewery.
When does this come out? Is it going to be after the throwdown again?
No.
Let me look at my notes. Hold on.
You're going to look at your notes when our podcast comes out? You have that in your notes?
No, I don't. No, I didn't get that far.
Honestly, I don't remember how many we have in advance.
It doesn't matter. If I want it to come out, it'll come out.
That's true.
I like it.
He can put out whenever he wants.
Damn
How
straight.
about another box of wings, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we're easily bribed.
yeah, I mean, bring snacks and we'll love you forever.
Yeah,
Snacks.
we can easily remove the part where I say that he's reading.
No, you know what? Fucking leave it in. I don't give a shit.
Well, there goes that ceviche.
There
next time
goes
I'm on
that.
the date.
Yep, leave it in there. Ugh.
He'll come out and be like, "Here, this ceviche is for you," and she'll be like, "Really?" And he'll be like, "No, just for him."
Just you don't want any of that.
yeah, don't eat that.
Somebody call an ambulance.
Yeah. So, is there a dish that either one of you is really itching to make?
If there is, we make it.
That's a weird question.
But,
Yeah,
you don't have one thing
There's
like
been a lot.
yeah.
over the past
Once
few
it gets to
months.
that point, though, we'll kind of talk to each other. We're just gonna make that.
yeah.
Sometimes it takes 3 hours to prep, and Mike gets really mad. But,
Exactly.
I feel like you mean something specific.
well, we sold out of them, so it's all right.
Well, what was it?
So I did like a street corn and crab rangoon. It's just pretty much the flavor profile of a street corn with cotija cheese and it's nice spicy aioli and stuff. And it's pretty much a fancy crab rangoon, but they were delicious, and we sold a lot of them.
It took
They
you 3
do,
hours to
however,
prep.
take
Yeah.
a while to make.
Yeah, they took a while. Yeah, it's okay though. You know.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
did everything else. So
it's
my
nice if
job.
you have a dish in mind and you really want to be able to make it, that we can do that.
Yeah.
Vichy spa
Yeah.
you made a while back.
So yeah,
Delicious.
actually, when I was out of work, all I did was smoke weed and read my books and just doing all kinds of food stuff because I'm a nerd. And I really wanted to make this parsnip vichyssoise with some of Farmer Dave's parsnips. And
For our listeners, not for me.
vichyssoise it's a cold potato based soup.
Okay.
So essentially, it was like a parsnip and potato soup that was chilled, and then we did a few things on top. I think we had a ramp oil, and then like a sumac dust. Not poison sumac. It's staghorn sumac, which
Okay.
is it's kind of
Where do you get sumac dust from?
you make it.
Amazon?
No, you make it. So sumac is actually there's some that I want to pick right now. It's like a cluster of red berries.
Okay.
Like you see them everywhere on the side of the road, growing off the trees, and you can dry it. And they use it a lot in like Mediterranean cuisine. It's got like an acidic like berry flavor to it.
Yeah.
So something creamy and a little more savory like that. That kind of added like a nice balance to it.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we threw those in the dehydrator and made like a little dust with that.
So do you walk around being like, "Hey, that tree right there, I can make something of that shit"?
Yes, he
It
does.
depends
Yeah.
on how high I am. But no, I picked some mushrooms from beside my tree today. I just have to reference my book to see if they are edible because I'm not that much of an expert on it.
And that shit
But
you
I
want to
try.
be careful with.
No, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like if anybody's gonna eat them, I'm gonna eat them. But
Yeah.
I would rather eat the right ones.
Yeah. I remember back when I worked for Home Depot and I traveled from store to store. Like every day I was in a different store. I was either Seekonk or Somerset. And since we didn't work in the store every day, like when you went to break and lunch, you go in your car.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm hanging out with a friend in my car, and we're, like, looking, and we're like, what the fuck is that guy doing? There was a guy at the edge of the parking lot. I don't know what he was doing, but, like, he was picking something out of the trees and, like, eating it. Like, making his way around.
It's free food.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy
like,
that,
you know?
like, I suppose that's something you can do, but
Yeah.
goddamn does it look weird.
Free food. I make kombucha at home, and like, there's been times I got like sassafras root, and I made like a root beer flavored kombucha.
Yeah.
You can put the sumac in tea and make like a lemonade tea with it, or
Have you ever had that gone, like, really wrong?
no,
Been like,
not yet. Not
been
yet.
like, I thought that was sumac, and it
Um,
sure wasn't.
Actually, so
Or,
there
like,
was-
who knew that was a laxative?
There was one time. So actually, when I was still at Baldy's, I was doing a beer dinner, and I thought I had ramps all growing in my backyard. Which in the springtime they're like
They had what?
ramps.
Ramps?
They're like spring onions. Essentially.
Okay, all
It's an allium. It's like a garlic onion flavor.
Okay.
But I picked a bunch of them. I was all excited. And then I decided to Google it again, and there's a lookalike that's Lily of the Valley. And it
That's
is
not good.
It's poisonous.
I was going to say, I've heard that.
It is poisonous. So
Yeah.
I took them all and I threw them in the trash, and I had one single tear roll down my cheek. And that was the end of that.
Now,
so.
was it just a precautionary, or did you know they were the wrong thing?
No, they were definitely the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I took a look at it, but it's stuff like that. That's why you have to double or triple check.
Right.
I'm like I said, I'm not an expert.
Right.
I try to mess around with it, but
One of my favorite YouTube channels is these two guys. I believe they're on the Scottish shoreline, and they go down and they just pick all these shellfish
See,
like,
yeah,
out
that's
of the
really
water.
cool. Yeah,
And then they bring like a little log with them and some pots and pans, and they like make their lunch, and it's crazy.
that's badass.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
oh, I got
that's
this oyster, and it's like the size of your face.
yeah,
You
and they
know?
found it.
Yeah.
and they didn't pay money for
No,
it.
it's like it was
you
right
know?
there.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's depends on where you live. That like the abundancy of different ingredients, but
And the other things you have to watch about, especially with something like shellfish.
it's a tough word. Yeah,
Shut up,
shellfish.
man. I'm not reading it off a list.
Taking those wings back, assholes.
Kind of selfish.
What
of
did
you.
I do?
You didn't do anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. You didn't stand up to defend him.
No.
No, all right
yeah,
then.
No.
Yeah. I brought wings.
He did. Hey,
We brought wings.
first of all, I did say you were sexy.
That's true.
You
That's
know,
true. I
when you're
appreciate
talking
that.
about food.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I hear that a lot. God damn.
Is there like one ingredient that you guys want to work with that you don't have access to, or like a durian fruit or something like crazy like this?
So there's
those
one
duck
thing
eggs that have like the dead duck inside them
no,
or
no,
something.
That's gross.
No.
There's one thing that we've been wanting to do for a little bit. I'm actually about to get some blowfish tails.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a
Not the poisonous.
Not the poison one. Yeah.
they're delicious. We actually the first time I had them, first time you had them was
Yep.
Little Donkey in Cambridge.
Yeah.
Fantastic
And,
spot.
They're just like a very versatile fish. It's a nice like white meat. It's kind of a neutral flavor. I feel like it could go with a lot of things. And we've been wanting to mess around with those for a little bit.
It's something different that you don't see on menus around here.
Yeah.
No, never. And now you're gonna get a lot of questions. Being like, "Isn't this poisonous?" And you're like, "Yeah,
Yes, it is. Yep, that's why it's $50.
yeah. Don't be such a
It's
pussy.
like
Eat
Russian
it.
roulette. Or you can just name the dish that. Don't be a pussy. Eat
Don't be a pussy. Eat it." That'd be
like,
amazing.
I drew the duck blue because I've never seen a blue duck. Sorry,
That
Billy
was on a
Madison.
menu.
I was gonna say that needs some explanation.
That was Billy Madison.
Not
quote,
good.
Yeah.
Is there one combination that you've tried that you were like, nope, that doesn't work?
Plenty.
Yeah, I feel like if you make things and you say that everything you make is good, then you're just bullshitting yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's things you make you're like, this is not good.
But is there like one that like jumps to mind?
Not one
That
in
you
particular.
can recommend people don't try.
Honestly, I got nothing.
No, so they're like, fuck them, let them try.
Yeah, exactly. Try it yourself. Stop being a pussy. You know?
I actually, like I said, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef.
Yeah.
And I was making bagels. And I fucked up.
How do you fuck up a bagel?
You do cups instead of
Oh, you
tables.
made the bagel.
Oh, like I made the
okay.
bagel.
I thought you meant you were just toasting them.
No, I was like making them. And I made, I was a kid. I was like, I don't know, 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I accidentally did cups of salt instead of
Oh
tablespoons.
my god.
They were horrible. They were like hockey pucks.
Yep.
They were, yeah.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, they were really bad.
I mean, yeah, that'll have like.
I let my dad try one, though.
You knew it was terrible, and you're like,
yeah.
Dad, try this.
It was one of those, oh, this is awful. Try this.
I'm your son, and you should be proud of me. So you should try this.
Yeah, kind of.
I know it's bad.
Good luck.
Well, you know what? Actually, throw back to that question. I'm not a big fan of cheese and fish.
Yeah, I
Cheese
gotta
and fish.
agree.
Who
Yeah,
puts cheese with fish?
Oh,
a lot of people. It's a thing. I don't know. That was
maybe
one thing.
like a fried
growing,
fish sandwich, maybe, but like
I gotta say, I do
I was
like a
gonna
nice
say-
piece of fried fish
I was
on
gonna
a
say
bun with
fi-
American cheese.
Filet of
Yeah.
fish. Don't they put cheese on filet of fish?
It's delicious. But besides that, I'll give it a pass for that.
Yeah.
But
Do you guys do fast food?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Not like every.
the,
Not
the
like,
fastest food.
You're not
would
ever like smoking weed and be like, man, I could go
like
for some
Moe's maybe. Is that
McDonald's
fast
French
food?
fries. You know, I've never been to Moe's.
Moe's is solid.
well,
Yeah,
this is good.
it's
And
it is
I
what
can
it
I
is.
can
the
tell
home
you
record.
why. Because every single time I go there, like I'll open the door and there's a like insane line. I'm like, fuck
And I
that.
just
I'm
say,
not-
welcome to Moe's.
and I don't like. I open the door and the line is like right there, and I'm like, "Fuck this! I'm not waiting here."
That makes sense. Yeah, you gotta hit it at the right time.
Yeah.
I'll
But
do
yeah.
I'll do a 4 for 4 from Wendy's once in a
4
while.
from 4 from Wendy's.
Can't go wrong
Nice.
with that.
Yeah. The fast food days are behind me.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
but I love asking chefs that because you get somebody like, "Yeah, we drive an hour to go to Taco Bell."
No, I can't do Taco Bell. Yeah,
It's no one should, but
peanut butter and jellies are my go-to. Actually,
really, that's kind of your lazy. I don't feel like
2
making
a.m.
anything.
I'm at home. Peanut butter and jellies.
I'm a hot dog guy.
Yeah,
Yeah?
you can tell. I'm sorry.
But like a good like beef hot dog, or like this whole pack was 99
Either
cents.
way, yeah. Shitty hot dogs,
The
good
shitty
hot
ones,
dogs, yeah.
Eyeballs and assholes.
We did a Kobe beef hot dog taco a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He
Wait,
makes-
a hot
hot
dog
dog
taco?
taco,
How do you
yes.
do it? Is it just a hot dog in a taco shell?
Essentially, I mean, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, yeah. But like, he made a garlic scape sauerkraut. So that's the greens from garlic.
Yeah.
And we did like a Chicago style
kinda-
dog.
Yeah.
So we used Farmer Dave's tomatoes, some celery seed, pickles, like mustard.
Yeah,
it was
we
like
do
a
house
Chicago
pickles. I've been trying to get into more fermentation, so krauts and things like that.
Yeah.
Kimchi.
dog. It was really good. Yeah.
I made my own pickles. Was it 2 summers ago? I think it was 2 summers ago. They were great.
Yeah.
No one else would eat them.
really.
Yeah. I don't know what.
It's probably
Like,
because you made them, but
probably.
Yeah,
well, they're like, they've been sitting on the counter. And I'm like, they're supposed to be
pickles.
sitting on the
Yeah,
counter.
they're
That's how it
fine.
works. Now they're foaming. I'm like, it's sad. I watched like 4 YouTube videos. That's what they say.
I'm an expert by now.
But try it first before I do. No, actually, they're really good. They're like very garlic, yes.
I like it.
Very
yeah.
happy with them.
Honestly, pickled things are amazing. You know, anything
Yeah.
pickled, like you can pickle anything. Honestly,
Are you guys familiar with Pretentious Pickles?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
They're
they actually
killing
have
it.
pickled watermelon rind there, and it is
Yeah.
out of this world.
Yeah.
yeah.
We had them on before. She's killing it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I've done a few things at the market. I always try to stop by her little thing and grab something. You know, no more. notes.
I'm very displeased with the market
Really?
because it is at the worst goddamn time.
I'd have to agree.
The worst goddamn time.
What are we doing on Thursdays during the Plymouth Farmers Market?
Nothing
We're not
fun.
at the market.
Yeah.
We're setting up for the weekend.
It's literally like they got together and been like, okay, what's the worst time we can possibly
Yeah,
have
I'd
this?
love to
I couldn't
go.
tell you how many people are like, I never see you at the market, and I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Like,
We're gonna have it midweek.
let's
We're
have
gonna-
it on a Monday.
We're gonna close right after you get out of work.
So not that Farmer Dave's going to listen to this, but we're going to switch the
Is he
market.
the one that is he the one that runs it?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have him on the podcast, so I'm gonna talk to
Okay,
that
we'll
guy.
get him on the podcast, and then we'll switch it to Mondays.
Yeah, because I would
Okay?
love to go to that, but it's just like I get out of work at 5.
Yeah.
It ends at 6.
Yeah. It's
So
tough.
I can get there and like hit 2 people and then be like, well, this was fun.
We'd love to do demos and stuff there
Yeah.
too, but
I did a
got
few
a
demos
restaurant
there
down.
before, but I would just take the day off and go do it.
Yeah.
And then,
And that's the thing is they've like asked us to record and it's like, yeah, we will. But like planning's involved and like I have to request a day off and he has to request a day off and like it's just
it's tough, yeah.
it's an amount of organization that we just haven't
Bothered with?
kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's just like we'll
Makes
do it.
sense. But yeah, you should get Dave on here.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting.
His name keeps coming up and
So
up.
he's actually doing a dinner at Soul Homestead with Jake Hill and Brent, who used to be at the Tasty, this Saturday.
So where's Brent now? I don't know Brent.
He's a good dude. He's working at a spot in Duxbury.
And you
No,
took his job?
I didn't take. If you want to be like that, yeah, I took it. Yeah, he's working in Duxbury now. I just talked to him the other day, but yeah, Saturday they're doing the dinner at Soul Homestead.
Yeah.
They're gonna
good.
roast a pig.
Oh,
they have a
nice.
huge outdoor grill set up.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So it's honestly it's something I wish I could have taken the day off for because I know it's gonna be pretty badass.
Yeah.
I want to say Kim's making fresh tortillas there. Dave like raised the pigs and everything, and
Oh, like he knows the
it's-
pig's name?
Yeah,
That's
no, you
awesome.
don't name them. You can't name them.
Sure you can.
Okay,
I'd eat it.
but yeah, it's
And
it's
what's its
definitely a
name
cool
going to
thing.
be?
Mittens.
Mittens.
For some reason, whenever I name something that's food, I name it Mittens.
That makes sense because
I don't know why. It's
Okay.
like my go-to name.
I don't want to eat mittens though. Yeah,
Mittens is tasty. Screw it.
it's a good word.
Yeah.
Mittens is tasty.
Yes, tasty. So I'd ask you how that name came up, but
Yeah,
I feel like it's pretty
it
obvious.
was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of just stepped in and it
So-
was there.
Plymouth is pretty unique. There's
Yeah.
2 streets with, conservatively speaking, 40 restaurants and bars.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I love Plymouth.
How is it that they're so busy? How is it everyone gets along? And by everyone, I mean most people.
I think the community in Plymouth is just, it's just what it needs. It's like everybody kind of supports each other. Nobody's obviously you're all competing with each other because
Yeah.
it's a business and you need
Right.
to make money. But I feel like at the end of the day, everybody's kind of just supporting each other's businesses and everybody else, and as long as you're not a shithead.
Right. Why'd you point at me?
I didn't point.
Yeah, I felt like you
there's no
pointed at me.
video.
I saw it.
Ryan, you saw
Yeah.
that point, right?
But no, I feel like the direction that like Plymouth is heading, definitely something I wanted to be a part of.
Go over the next few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Get
as
even
far
bigger
as
than
other
it already
breweries
is.
popping
Yeah.
up and just, I don't know if you've been to Portland and Maine. It kind of seems like it could go that direction.
Have you heard of the 3 Ps?
Where's this going?
So there's a new artist in town. She moved here from Texas, and she's like,
Pablo Picasso.
no, it's a she. Stay in the kitchen. But she's like, oh, I heard Plymouth is one of the 3 Ps. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Really?
And I guess it's Portland, Maine,
Yep.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and Plymouth, Mass. Are
Really?
like the 3 like hotbeds of up and coming music, art, and food.
Yeah.
Kind of like hip places.
I
to
could
be.
totally see that.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely something that the big anniversary for Plymouth is coming up in a few years.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's like, I don't know, like
It's like
someone came here like 4 years ago or something like that.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's supposed to be a big deal.
I'm curious to see what happens in 2021,
2021. What's that?
the year after. Like, no one's getting
Oh.
funding for shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, you got it all.
It's a ghost town after that.
Yeah, pretty much. Tumbleweeds and
Oh, it's not good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely a good food scene down here. I feel like people appreciate different foods and flavors, and
Good community of eaters.
Yeah.
there's a very diverse
Are you saying we're
selection.
fat,
too.
Ryan? Is that what you're saying?
We're
Ryan
all
just called us all fat.
Fucked up. I lost 2 pounds.
It's kind of true, but
Yeah.
fuck you.
It's okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's not just like I keep hearing every once in a while this rumor that like, oh, Buffalo Wild Wings and Chick-fil-A
Oh God, no! Come on.
are coming to town. I'm like,
Please no.
And I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I mean, those places. You know, obviously they have.
They have their spawn colony place.
Exactly. Yeah.
I kind of hear that's where they're going in that general area.
Okay.
But still, it's like I can't be excited about it.
No, not
It's-
at all.
Like when I have to go to a place now that's like my kids are fairly picky eaters, so like a lot of times we'll end up at like the 99 or something,
Yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, it's food, I guess.
Some tenders and a
Yeah,
beer.
you know, it's like
and that's fine. I love chicken tenders. You know.
Yeah,
But I don't want to make them. I want somebody else to cook them
Yeah.
for me. You know.
and I feel like I don't get it's what you eat when you have to eat,
Okay.
not when you
Yeah.
want to eat.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it keeps me alive, but
And
it's
people
not-
come downtown because they want to eat.
right.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna go through the bitch that is trying to find parking, then
obviously
obviously you want to be downtown.
Parking's an issue.
Oh, you had no idea, huh?
No,
It's crazy.
I feel like it's pretty inexpensive at $2 an hour.
Are you being sarcastic? Because I can't sense
Maybe.
the sarcasm.
Yeah. No, and hey, I understand. It's.
It is what it is.
I've had this conversation about Plymouth and about other things. It's like sometimes there's problems when you're popular.
Yeah.
You know.
No, yeah.
You know, and it's one of those. Parking's a bitch because everyone wants to park down here.
Everybody wants to go to Plymouth,
Yeah.
you know? So it's...
So we're not saying parking garage, but parking garage.
Go over here.
And it's one of those things. I've had this conversation with people. It's like it's not even just the tourists, but when you work down here,
Yeah.
it's really brutal.
So we actually used to park, there was a lot on Howland Street, or Howland Ave, right where Second Wind is. Like
That's how
across
we
from
first ran into Second Wind, just
Yeah.
walking
Yeah.
our cars.
it.
But there's now like a condo there. or
Well,
something,
one
right?
day Ryan comes into work and he goes, "Hey, the whole parking lot is gated off and your car's in there."
Shut
And I'm just
up!
like,
Really? They
what
gated your
what
car
the fuck,
in there?
dude? What do you mean? Like, you know? And,
That's awesome.
So later on, I had to have him like help me move the gate, and we got my car out and everything. But I'm just like, so all of a sudden we can't park there.
Yeah.
So now we just have to find random parking, which is fun. And I'm not going to talk about where we park because I don't want people to take my spot.
Yeah.
And that's that.
There is one paid parking lot that I've discovered recently.
I park for free. I am no chump.
Well, he brought us wings. I can't like shake him down for his parking spot.
I'll tell you after when I'm not being recorded.
when
You're
know
not
the
asking
mics
a
for a
mic.
sec?
Yeah.
No, but a friend of mine's like, oh, I'm going to try this parking lot. And I'm down here all the goddamn time. And she turned this parking lot. And I'm like, when did they put this in here? And she's like, forever. Like, you didn't know this was
Really?
here?
Secret parking lots.
It's
There's
not
one
even
or two
it's-
of them, yeah.
And it's one of those, it's not even secret because there's a sign right at the end of it that's like parking this way. And it's just... It's just one of those points where there's so much around it that you just don't notice where
Okay.
it is. And
Yeah.
it's right next to another lot. Like, it's not a secret.
There's a lot of things like that.
Because other people park
Yeah.
there. It's just I happen to never
Yeah.
notice it before. And I've had pretty good luck with it. So
Yeah, honestly, we've had pretty good luck with parking, so I can't.
The
I can't
traffic's
complain.
definitely the worst.
Yeah.
it varies. I used to live at the corner of South and Pleasant. And, like I'd call my sister, be like, hey, you want to do, lunch or, let's go do this thing or whatever. And I swear to God, like notoriously, every single time there was a parade, a 5K,
Yeah.
she would like call, she'd be
Something.
like, you son of a bitch, you're doing this on purpose. And I'm like, no, I had no idea. And
I'll be there.
And it's just, there's so much going on downtown. It's hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
And last year we did an art drop off the night of the tree lighting.
Oh God.
That didn't happen.
Yeah,
I think we
no.
got 2 pieces.
So mind you, I'm coming from Bridgewater, so I'm
Yeah.
driving down, and I don't really know what's going on until I get to the exit to Route 3 off 44,
Okay.
where the traffic stopped
And we'll just remain stopped.
and
Yeah.
stopped,
Yeah.
and it's like inching. I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? I mean, I get it's a Saturday night in Plymouth. I get it, but it's
Yeah.
like I had to park at his house and walk the 1.5 miles to get to the beer cellar.
But I'm a good friend. Like, I gave him the Uber thing so he could get back.
Yeah, yeah,
Good guy. Yeah, good guy.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's like the night of the 5K, and it's like, well, I did 2.5. Does that count for anything?
Do I get a half a medal?
Like,
or-
it's like I did a 2.5K. I mean, not willingly or on purpose, but
Yeah.
I did it. Damn
Do,
it.
do you guys see specific... I mean, you haven't been... How long have you been at Tasty?
Since the end of December.
So you're coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Have you
yeah.
seen anything that's, like, blown your doors off? That been like, what is this about?
Like as far as Plymouth or
It's
like
just like an event that, like, suddenly you were inundated with people.
St. Patty's Day was interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously St. Patty's Day is always interesting, but we were just busy all day, all night, just drunk people walking around in tutus, spilling their green beer everywhere, and
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
it was definitely a sloppy day. But I feel like I worked at St. Patty's Day in Dorchester before, and that was worse.
Yeah.
So to compare it to that, but no, I mean besides that,
The shows at the Spire, when they have
Yeah.
shows, we tend
Oh,
to get
yeah,
really
I could
busy
Pat
see
before and
Benatar
after.
played.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we were crazy busy.
And nobody
Yeah.
told us that Pat
Yeah,
Benatar was
I had
playing.
no idea. We're just like, oh, nobody's here, and then the next thing you know, there's like a line out the door, and we're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, there's nobody, and we're like, where did everybody go?
What about the Viking ship?
You know what? I feel like that definitely brought some more people downtown. Yeah.
We tried to record one of those days, and like our guest was like 45 minutes late.
I can
like,
see that,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
We were almost late. And we were actually right next door at the captain's den drinking a beer. So
That has nothing to do with the ship.
that's true. That's true. I just like beer.
You're just like, I got sidetracked about what time it was. So what is the worst part of your job?
Working with Mike.
Fuck off.
All right. So thanks everyone for listening.
I mean, honestly, the worst part of the job, just
The unpredictability
yeah,
is tough.
You get real tired and sweaty. That comes with it,
It's an
like-
older kitchen. It's real hot.
But
Oh my god, I was in. I'm not going to say where, but I was in. I'll tell you off mic. A restaurant here downtown, and they're clearly having air conditioning issues, and it had to be. I've never seen people sitting eating their dinner, mopping their
really?
heads off from
Yeah,
the
that's-
sweat.
that's
and it was,
bad.
It's like clothes, man. It's
there's no need to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's a great job. It's like you said, if you're not passionate about it, but we both seem to have passion for it, and we have fun. So
yeah.
we have a good
obviously,
time.
I don't know. He just said it sucks working with you.
yeah. It's
Don't be
okay.
putting words in his mouth.
It's okay.
I mean, you're the chef. I get it. He's a sous chef. You get to tell him what to do, but you can't tell him to like you.
And it's funny because
can't.
the kitchen's open, so like he's in the window and I'm just in the corner like yelling at him.
Yeah.
But like people just see him, They don't really see me because I'm just hiding in the corner, sweating everywhere.
Do you ever like get too loud and like something drifts off?
Me? No, I would never do that. Not in a million years. That would never happen.
Suddenly, like
I
the
think the
customer.
owners just hired me to keep him in check.
All right, so you're
Quiet
gonna
one.
babysit Mike and just
Like the
make sure he
customer
doesn't
ever be
get
like,
too
"Did
loud."
he really just call that guy that?"
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few incidences of me being loud.
Yeah.
He tends to be loud right when the music goes dead as they're changing the song.
That cocksucker! Oh, what the?
Fuck! It's like right when the song stops.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it's an open kitchen, and I try to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But, the Tourette's comes back.
That was the thing. Like when we were down in Baron Boots recording with Joe Elliott, he's like, "Oh, this is like everyone's favorite table because it's like right against the kitchen."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Do you ever like feel like that you have to like watch what you're saying?" He's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
It was weird for me at first because I'm coming from a closed kitchen, so it was an odd transition.
You kind of just have to block it out, though. I mean, like for the most part, we look out into the dining room and the glare. You can't really. You just see people. You don't really see like who it is half the time.
Yeah.
And you kind of just have to block it out and just focus on what you're doing anyway. Yeah.
It's nice too to have the open kitchen because people will come up to the window and say thanks for the food, or our friends.
They'll be like, "Thanks,
say,
Ryan," but that mic icon.
Yeah. Or you see your friend come in, you send him some ceviche, you try to get him laid, and
And that didn't work.
that did not work.
No.
guess
I
that wasn't
appreciate the effort.
good. I tried.
Yeah,
I tried.
I do. Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
There's always next time.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming there's social media stuff where people can go check out Tasty.
Yeah. The Tasty Plymouth is their Instagram. You can check that out. If you want to check out Ryan, he's Chef Emil, EMIL. And then
Chef_email.
Ooh, with the underscore. And
Turns out there's a lot of Ryan Smiths on Instagram.
mine actually starts with an underscore, and then it's just my name, Mike Wisdom. But so we're both.
I thought it was Cooking with Wisdom.
That was my Twitter that I deleted because I got sick of Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was stupid.
It's also his MySpace.
Yeah. It is my MySpace. You know what? You're off my top 8. Okay? you're off. Changed my profile song.
Every time I go to his MySpace page, there's like these raining hearts that just fucking freeze my computer.
it's like the Matrix, but it's just hearts. You know?
But it fucking freezes my computer. What's that about?
I think that's the porn. That might be. Yeah.
Maybe it's the raining porn on Mike's page that freezes my computer.
That's my background. Yeah. That's my background to everything.
It's
actually.
artistic.
What did you just call me?
So, funny social media. I do social media for work, so I work in an office. And you can't control what's on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Twitter has no safeguards.
Twitter's weird. I didn't really enjoy it.
So every once in a while, I'll refresh or I'll log on, and there'll just be hardcore pornography on my screen.
That's awesome.
And you're like, whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
I swear I wasn't. All right,
And
just
it's
leave
like-
it for a second.
And it's like I'm covering it and trying to delete it at the same time while my hand's covering it.
But he's really doing this. I can't.
And then I'm kind of like rubbing a little bit. And, yeah, so that's my work life.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's a good place to work. But so thanks again for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
We always enjoy having you on.
Good time.
It's not because you bring us wings.
I think that's the only
Ryan,
reason.
this was great. First time. We should
Thanks
have
for having
you
me, man.
on when so and so's not around.
Talk about Star Wars.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Star
come on.
Wars.
We'll do a whole episode just Star Wars.
Real,
not a
qu-
bad
real,
idea.
real quick. It's not the first one. Like we're nerds. New Star Wars. Yeah or nay?
New as in Solo or the last episode?
Oh, I haven't even seen Solo though. The last,
really?
I haven't either. Yeah.
the last one in the main storyline.
I'd say I fall into the category of I had some major issues with it, but I still enjoyed watching it.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Solo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I really enjoyed it. It did not do well in box office.
It didn't do
but
well, but honestly, I didn't hear anything about it. Like I didn't.
Everybody that I know that watched it enjoyed it.
I thought
I'm
Old
looking
Man
forward
Rich
to
nailed the Solo character. You get to see it sets everything up.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought the trailer it looked like a cool western.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what the director said. He kind of wanted to do like a Star Wars western, more or
Yeah.
less, and I think he nailed that.
Nice. I'll have to check it out now. And if it's terrible, I'm never eating with Tasty again.
it. Okay.
Because I'll be like, that guy didn't know shit about food because he didn't know shit about Star Wars.
Fuck that guy.
Wisdom. Come on. Star Wars? Nothing? You don't?
I enjoyed it. I mean, if I'm gonna go see Star Wars,
He enjoyed it. He thought Captain Kirk was great.
It was like he said. There
That
was a few
Detective
issues.
Spock guy was all right.
The guy with the glasses and that would beam people up. That was good. No, it was a good
Dumbledore's
movie. I
character.
have not seen Solo. I enjoyed it. It just there's a few like the animals were like so Disney like and a few things like that. But it was Star Wars.
Animals Disney-like.
Oh, the pork?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Come
The
on.
Pokemon, the Pokemons drove me
Get the
fucking
fuck outta
crazy.
here. Like,
That and like the little crystal fox. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
you're gonna make a toy of everything. You don't have to go out of your way
Exactly.
to
You can
sell
just
me
make the
shit.
toy,
Yeah,
like-
It's Star Wars. They have to go out of their way to sell you shit. It's kind of what
yeah,
they
but
do.
it was.
It's Star Wars and Disney.
It's pretty
It's
bad.
what they do.
It's pretty bad for even for them.
It was a little
It was-
ham-fisted.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
It was like we're adding a cute thing that you're gonna buy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, I know. No, I didn't. I didn't buy any.
It's not about you, Andy. It's about kids.
Not everything's about you.
It's
They're
always
always-
about me.
Yeah.
It's always about me.
And don't even pretend you didn't buy a few porgs.
Not a one.
Not one.
Not a
huh?
one.
No, he always made people buy them as gifts. It's
Yeah.
creepy and sad.
Well, if they give them
Well,
to
that
me,
way
I didn't buy it.
you don't have
Yeah.
to cop up to actually
you
buying
handed
them.
me
and
$20
spending
and said,
paper
"Here,
money
buy
on
this
them.
and make it a gift."
Yeah. Just because I have a life-size porg in bed with me. That's weird. Don't make it weird. Her name is Phyllis.
I thought it was going to be Mittens.
That's the one that Chewbacca was cooking to eat. All right. Well, I guess that ends it.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
So thanks for joining us. If you're in Plymouth, make sure you check out the Tasty. Go up to the window and say hi to Ryan and Mike.
Yes, sir.
And the wings. The buffalo caramel wings are killer.
Damn right.
Ryan, you did an excellent job. So thanks again for listening. And this was Andy of the Inebri-art Podcast. All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to check out our other podcast. There's the Bar Talk Podcast. There's Old Colony Cast. And, of course, the Inebri-art Podcast along with Jam Packed. You can find all those on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much anywhere podcasts are found. If you're on some sort of service and you can't find it, let us know, and we'll help you out and or add our podcast with that too. You can contact us at Inebri-art@yahoo.com and follow us on Facebook as well as Twitter at Inebri-art. And feel free to send us some tips, ideas, advice, hate mail, whatever it is, you can get us there. And again, thanks for listening.